You're listening to the Fitzy and Whipper podcast.
This man could probably play the trumpet. He's multi-talented.
He can play the trumpet.
Wiz is back. Andy Lee's latest book, Do Not Open This Book Series. It's out now, and he joins us now. Welcome, Andy!
Hello!
Hey, guys. Can I tell you...
Trumpet work?
A trumpet tale.
Yes, great.
I stood up Vance Joy.
What do you mean?
So he asked me to play trumpet for him. I think it was at the grand final, AFL grand final after party.
No way.
In his brass section.
You would have been
And
lubricated by then
I
as well.
said yes,
Yeah.
and I was down the beach and I was meant to drive back to do it. And I was watching the final. It was a great grand final. And I had way too many, and thought, oh my God, I can't drive back. So I just had to flick him a text.
Sorry, mate, find another trumpeter. Just what he wanted at that stage.
I won't be available.
What was your instrument of choice at school?
Trumpet.
What did you start with? You started with trumpet?
Trumpet in grade 3.
I've seen you on the trumpet.
Yeah. So,
Is that a hard instrument?
yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say...
One of the hardest.
You'd start with a Superman theme, wouldn't you, on the trumpet?
Well, it's about your it's what we call embouchure, Sarah.
What does that mean, Andy?
So it's how you press your lips together and how good you are at holding that lip pressure.
Right.
Yeah,
Lip pressure.
Lip pressure.
That's
so
hot.
you can use it in other areas.
How were you going carrying your little trumpet case to school? Did you cop a bit or were you
Yeah.
all right?
No, I was okay. I mean, the violinists were the ones that used
Yes.
to cop a bit more, but also worst. And my brother chose this instrument. I can't believe it because he went on to be a bit of a rock star, but he was a flautist. He was a flute. So he had this tiny
the coolest,
case.
is it?
Yeah, but what about when you saw the guy who decided on the double bass or the cello at the time, and he was like, the thing was on wheels?
Yeah, you had to wheel it around.
Yeah.
But I think my brother used to say to me, I can't believe I chose the flute because the face you make while playing it,
Oh, yeah.
like this kind of downward
Yeah.
curve, and you have to kind of
Almost
grimace
like
to play it.
Like a smoker's top lip.
Yeah.
Can
He
we
said
talk a
so
bit
cool.
more about your family? Can we talk about the fact that your sister married one of your mates?
Yeah.
Now, what I love about this story is the fact that he put in a phone call to you guys to ask for permission.
Yes. Well, I mean, I'm on for the book today, and my first book I ever wrote was for
That's
their
right.
kid,
Oh,
for George.
cute.
Yeah.
course.
But my sister, one of my base mates, Paul, we were mates since we were about 10. And then he obviously took offence. It must have been using me to get to her for
a long
20
time.
years. The long play. The people out there in the cars, stick with it. It can work
Wow.
out. But he rang my brother to ask permission to take her out on a date, and rang me as well. And Hamish and I were hosting the Arias at the time, and Pink had just pulled out from doing this sketch that we wanted to do, and so we were frantically trying to write something different. It was the night before the Arias, and I ignored the call, and then we went out, the Arias went well, Hamish and I drunk and celebrated, and I hadn't got back to him and missed the call, and I rang him on the Wednesday, and I go, "G'day, mate," and he's like, "Oh, g'day, buddy, how are you?" And I said, "Yeah, good, just wondering if you want to play golf this week." I said, "Yeah, that'd be great, I was like, "All right, do you want me to pick you up?" He's like, "No, I'll pick you up." I was like, "What the hell are you doing?"
freaking out.
He said, "You haven't listened to your voicemail, have you?" I said, no, I just called you back. And he said, "I rang to see if I could take your sister out on a date."
Who leaves that on a voicemail?
And he thought I'd been freezing him out for 4 days.
Right.
And I was like, "Oh yeah, go for your life. How'd you go? Did you do it?" And he goes, "Yeah, I did it. It went well." I was like, "How well?" No. But I said, "Yeah, mate, great, awesome. It'd be awesome to have someone around at family functions that I like."
Yeah.
Because I thought most of my sister's ex-boyfriends were idiots. But
Did you say, like, I mean, it's almost like asking a parent for permission to marry their daughter, but did you ask what his intentions were?
well,
Do
he
you see
said
this
to
as a
me,
long-termer?
"Gee, this is a very different response to your brother than your brother gave me." And my
What did your older brother say?
My brother said, "If be sure about this decision because you're not just meddling with her relationship, you're going to meddle with the whole families."
Which is true, because he'd lose a friendship over it.
Oh, mafia.
I know.
Hey, you want to mess with the Lees, you mess with all the Lees.
Hey,
That's awesome.
talking of love as well, we got Patty Cummings on the show.
Oh,
He's coming up in half an hour.
yes.
Tommy tried to get him on the same time as you, but he's flat out this morning. He's doing a bit of media. But
Yes, they've got media from 6 till 7. 6 a.m. till 7 p.m.
It's
today.
crazy. And okay, you've got to give us something from the wedding that we can play back to Pat. You've got to give us something. Was there a speech that stood out in your mind or from the day? Or
Do you know what, Ando?
anyone on the dance floor, Ando?
Have you got time to stick around?
Yeah.
Can you think while we
let me
go?
think,
Are we going to a song or ads, Tommy? You got traffic to come up with
Great.
a story from the wedding.
Perfect.
Andy Lee's latest book, Do Not Open This Book. The series is out. Sold over 2 million copies, Andy. Been translated into 35 languages around the world.
I know them all.
On fire.
There's one I don't.
So you did all
All the translations.
all the
What's
audio
the one
books?
you don't know?
Icelandic.
Oh, okay.
You've won Yabba Awards as well, which is the Young Australians Best Book Awards.
Yes.
The Yabbas are big.
Oh, huge.
Yeah, massive.
Are you a young Australian?
Well, no, I write.
Reader of the book. I was like, really? Do we classify you?
You will always be young, Ando.
Sorry, Andy.
I love this picture here, and I know that wasn't the only one. The amount of kids that dressed as your book for Book Week.
I love that aspect.
good.
When people send me the pictures of their children or nephews,
That's
nieces dressed
awesome.
up as Wiz, the main character. And look, paper mache comes out a lot because the character's, circular.
Yep.
And so you see the parents that have made a lot of effort because paper mache is hard. And then you see the dads that have literally got a blue texter and just coloured in their son's face.
You'll be right, mate. Have a good day. Oh, you'll win it. Don't worry about it.
The Australian cricket captain, Pat
That's
Cummings. We're speaking to him in about 20 minutes' time. You went to his wedding.
Yes.
You looked magnificent. You guys have been close for a very long time.
It was awesome, and Becky, his partner, is from England, so they had flown out. And I think they're from Hampshire, and they had that, the very posh.
Oh,
kind of accent.
really?
And it was in this beautiful setting and bar. It looked like kind of more of a French villa where the house was. So
Amazing.
It really had a lot of class. And then there's Nathan Lyon. Yeah.
Gary.
So you could see the different
Awesome.
styles of the two families coming together, but everyone melded, and it was just such a ball.
Everyone behave themselves.
Well, I won't mention which cricketer.
Okay.
But there was one that I think went pretty hard pretty early.
good.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, maybe you could ask this about Paddy to say, who do you think was best on ground and made the most of the bar tab? In fact, this particular person, I think it was the next night, I got a picture from Pat. He woke up and the guy didn't have his two front teeth. They'd been... he
Kidding.
tripped up the stairs.
I
Apparently he
love
lost
that.
them both and then just went, oh, well, and well, hopefully I'm still allowed in. This is we went into a different venue.
This is great.
So you could ask him
extraordinary.
about that and then hopefully, don't say it came from me.
Pat, can you fill in this blank? We'll play the audio. How much fun is that?
It was pretty awesome. I mean, I was Beck and I were both chuffed to be invited, but it was because it was a smaller affair. But they're all exhausted because they've got such a small window, the cricketers, where they're all back in Australia at the same time. They travel so much. Of
course.
And so they pile on the wedding. So it was Nathan Lyon's wedding, the spin bowler for Australia, into Paddy Cummings, Australian captain, and then Hoff, Hazelwood's wedding, all within 8 days, I think.
Oh, man.
So they were just riding this, it felt like
Wave.
school.
It was.
Yeah, and they were pretty exhausted by the time they got the end of it.
Ando, you can roll the arm over. Very good golfer and cricketer yourself. Actually, we've got a backyard cricket game. Anthony Albanese has said we can use Kirribilli House.
Are you
I've
in?
seen you guys do this before. I've been so jealous
Oh, really?
of you guys doing this.
Mate, you've got to play.
I've never been
Andy
to the
Lee's
house.
in. Tom, write it down.
When is it, Tommy?
November.
October.
That's fine with me.
That's fine with me as well.
fly you up.
I would love to
Great.
play. Yes. And how serious does it get?
Yeah, well, it does. And this is Albanese's opportunity. Dominic Perrottet as well, our premier.
Yes, I know the Dom.
This is they're very nervous because the cameras are on them.
Yeah.
We know Johnny Howard back in the day and Bob Hawke got hit with his glasses trying a pull shot.
Yep.
This is a big one for them.
What about this for a deal?
Bit of chin music to Albanese.
I'm gonna jump in early. I want Andy on my team. You can have Hamish. I want Ando on
That
my
says
team.
it all, doesn't it?
I want you have
This
Hamish.
is your mate.
No,
I will have
you-
Andy.
You are with me. You've got Hamish.
No comment.
And I'll be
Hamish did tell me
Oh man.
that he was the under-12s wicketkeeper batsman at Brentwood Primary or something like that.
Yeah.
But then he also has told me that he did circus tricks instead of sport at high school.
Sounds like a claim from
I've
a guy
never
with no
met
talent.
anybody that's read so many books on sport just to be able to have a conversation about sport.
He's like Goodwill Hunting.
You've got him on your team, Fitz.
All right, Andy Lee's new book, Do Not Open. This book is out now. The series is out now. Well done, mate. Thank you very much for
guys.
coming in, Andy.
Cheers. Always
Thanks,
love coming in.
buddy.
You're listening to the Fitzy and Whipper podcast.